Hi, hi. Hi, hi. I think you can see me. Yes. Connected. Hi. Today, we are in my bed. And I forgot to put on music. I think we will have to make do without music for today. As my computer is there and I cannot get to it. Yes. We're in my bed today. We are chilling in my bed, my bedroom. Well, you're always in my bedroom, but now you're in my bed. Yes, we will be playing a puzzle today. A Sherlock Holmes mystery jigsaw puzzle. I found this on a flea market in Germany, and when I checked on the book that's with it, it is from 2003. So it's 20 years old, and it is. Ist das ein Stuhlspiel? It's a tabletop game. It's unopened. So it should have all the pieces. Yeah. So I was like, oh, well, let's play this on stream. But I already checked like what we are supposed to do, and we first have to do a little story time. Yes, Fight Money will work. It will just not be visible on screen. So it should work. Technically. Yes, you guys are over there for me, and I have a little cardboard box, and yes, I cannot see if the sound is okay, so if anything is too loud, you have to tell me. But we'll do a little story time today, because the first part of this, so the way this game works is we read the story, puzzle the jigsaw puzzle, and then with this jigsaw puzzle finished, we should be able to solve the mystery. Ich sagte Stuhl, nicht Tisch. Ich weiß, dass du Stuhl gesagt hast, aber wieso soll das ein Stuhlspiel sein? Das macht für mich keinen Sinn. Wir sind nicht auf dem Stuhl. Yeah. So I have to find the English version because we're speaking English today. So the instructions are very, very clear. The game or the story is called Sherlock Holmes and the Speckled Band. It says, I don't think you can read it, but I'll read it anyway. Read the book, assemble the puzzle, solve the mystery. And then the solution is mirrored in the book. So, yes, because the story is rather long and small, I've decided not to put it on the screen because that would be a pain in the ass. Is that the top bed sheet? This here? This is my childhood bed sheet. Yes. I don't actually sleep in an alien bed. My actual blanket is behind me. This is my childhood blanket. I do use this in the summer because I have no reason to throw it away, and it's cute. I do have alien bed sheets. Still, I think they're IKEA or something from like years ago. The funny story with that is actually when I was a child, like small child, like elementary school or younger, and I was scared of monsters in the dark, I was always like, oh yeah, if I sleep and there are monsters coming, the aliens will come and protect me. Like they will come alive from the blanket and they will protect me and fight off the monsters. So I'm rather attached to the blanket because it's like fun memories from when I was a child. So I won't throw it away, and it's cute, so I'll use it. You'll have to deal with aliens today. Also, because I didn't have another, like, normal bed sheet that's white. And my choices were between Alien and Ice Age. Not good choices. So, yes. Let's do a little story time. Let's get the mic here. I hope this is good for volume. And then we'll do a comfy story time in bed. Okay. On glancing over my notes of the 70 odd cases in which I have during the last 8 years studied the methods of my friend Sherlock Holmes, I find many tragic, some comic, and a large number of merely strange but non-commonplace. For working as he did, rather for the love of his art than for the acquirement of wealth, he refused to associate himself with any investigation which did not tend towards the unusual and even the fantastic. Of all these varied cases, however, I cannot recall any which presented more singular features than that which was associated with the well-known Surrey family of the Roylotts of Stoke Moran. The events in question occurred in the early days of my association with Holmes, when we were sharing rooms as bachelors in Baker Street. It is possible that I might have placed them upon record before, but a promise of secrecy was made at the time, from which I have only been freed during the last month by the untimely death of the lady to whom the pledge was given. It is perhaps as well that the facts should now come to light, for I have reasons to know that there are widespread rumors as the death of Dr. Grimesby Roylott, which tend to make the matter even more terrible than the truth. It was early in April in the year 83 that I woke one morning to find Sherlock Holmes standing, fully dressed, by the side of my bed. He was a late riser, as a rule, and as the clock on the mantelpiece showed me that it is only 7:15, I blinked up at him in some surprise, and perhaps just a little resentment, for I was myself regular in my habits. "Very soon to knock you up, Watson," said he. "But it's a common lot this morning. Mrs. Hudson has been knocked up," she retorted upon me, "and I on you." Doesn't has been knocked up have a different meaning than knocking on someone's door? I digress. What is it then? A fire? No, a client. It seems that a young lady has arrived in a considerable state of excitement, who insists upon seeing me. She's waiting now in the sitting room. Now, when young ladies wander about the metropolis at this hour of the morning and knock sleepy people out of their beds, I presume that it is something very pressing, which they have to communicate. Should it prove to be an interesting case, you would, I'm sure, wish to follow it from the outset. I thought at any rate that I should call you and give you the chance. My dear fellow, I would not miss it for anything. I catch the mic. It would have been really loud if it fell down. Damn it. You're not seeing anything. You're not seeing me. Ah. Say hello to the microphone. Say hello. Uh, um, let's fix that real quick. You can watch the microphone for me. I don't want to make noise. Damn you! It's supposed to be fixed to the table. My streamer is a little stupid. No, my mic stand is a little not good. It's like I have it in the wrong direction right now. Because like the table goes in the other direction. I have turned my PC on the table and turned my microphone. And it did not like that. So let's attach it to the table again. Firmly this time. Say bye-bye, Mike. Come on. Get in. Zip. And then, well, you made contact with my seating. Okay. Now it should be better attached. Well, that should work. That should work. Hi. I'm professional. Definitely not. Okay, is this good? Can you hear me? Everything okay? Don't fall. Don't hurt me. Story time. The good night story continues. I had no keener pleasure than in following Holmes in his professional investigation. I had no keener pleasure than in following Holmes in his professional investigations, and in admiring the rapid deductions as swift as intuitions, and yet always founded on a logical basis, with which he unraveled the problems which were submitted to him. I rapidly threw on my clothes and was ready in a few minutes to accompany my friend down to the sitting room. A lady dressed in black and heavily veiled, who had been sitting in the window, rose as we entered. "Good morning, madam," said Holmes cheerily. "My name is Sherlock Holmes. This is my intimate friend and associate, Dr. Watson, before whom you can speak freely as before myself." "Ha! I'm so glad to see you, Mrs. Hudson, as had the good sense. I am glad to see that Mrs. Hudson has had the good sense to light the fire. Pray draw up to it, and I shall order you a cup of hot coffee, for I observe that you are shivering." It is not cold which makes me shiver," said the woman in a low voice, changing her seat as requested. "What then?" "It is fear, Mr. Holmes. It is terror." She raised her veil as she spoke, and we could see that she was indeed in a pitiable state of agitation, her face all drawn and grey, with restless, frightened eyes, like those of a hunted animal. Her features and figure were those of a woman of 30, but her hair was shot with premature grey, and her expression was weary and haggard. Sherlock Holmes ran over with one of his quick, all-comprehensive glances. "You must not fear," he said soothingly, bending forward and patting her forearm. "We shall soon set matters right, I have no doubt. You have come in by train this morning, I see. You know me, then?" "No, but I observed the second half of a return ticket in the palm of your left glove. You must have started early, and yet you had a good drive in a dog cart along heavy roads before you reached the station." The lady gave a violent start and stared in bewilderment at my companion. "There is no mystery, my dear madam," said he, smiling. "The left arm of your jacket is spattered with mud in no less than 7 places. The marks are perfectly fresh. There is no vehicle save a dog cart which throws up mud in that way. And then only when you sit on the left-hand side of the driver. Whatever your reasons may be, you're perfectly correct," said she. "I started from home before 6, reached Leatherhead at 20 past, and came in by the first train to Waterloo, sir. I can stand the strain no longer. I shall go mad if it continues. I have no one to turn to, none, save only one who cares for me, and he, poor fellow, can be of little aid. I've heard you, Mr. Holmes. I've heard of you from Mrs. Farintosh, whom you helped in the hour of her sore need. It was from her that I had your address. Oh, sir, do you not think that you could help me too, and at least throw a little light through the dense darkness which surrounds me? At present it is out of my power to reward you for your services, but in a month or 6 weeks I shall be married, and with the control of my own income, and then at least you shall not find me ungrateful." Holmes turned to his desk and, unlocking it, drew out a small case-book, which he consulted. "Farintosh," he said. "Ah, yes, I recall the case. It was concerned with an opal tiara. I think it was before your time, Watson. I can only say, madam, that I shall be happy to devote the same care to your case as I did to your friend. As a reward, my profession is its own reward, but you are at liberty to defray whatever expense I may be put to at the time which suits you best. And now I beg that you will lay before us everything that may help us in forming an opinion upon the matter." "Alas," replied our visitor, "the very horror of my situation lies in the fact that my fears are so vague, and my suspicions depend so entirely upon small points, which might seem trivial to another, that even he, to whom of all others I have a right to look for help and advice, looks upon all that I tell him about it as the fancies of a nervous woman. He does not say so, but I can read it from his soothing answers and avid eyes. But I have heard, Mr. Holmes, that you can see deeply into the manifold wickedness of the human heart. You may advise me how to walk amidst the dangers which encompass me." "I am all attention, madam. My name is Helen Stoner. I am living with my stepfather, who is the last survivor of one of the oldest Saxon families in England, the Roylotts of Stoke Moran, on the western border of Surrey." Holmes nodded his head. "The name is familiar to me," said he. "The family was at one time amongst the richest in England, and the estates extended over the borders into Berkshire in the north, and Hampshire in the west. In the last century, however, 4 successive heirs were of a dissolute and wasteful disposition, and the family ruin was eventually completed by a gambler. In the days of the Regency, nothing was left to save a few acres of ground, and the 200-year-old house, which is itself crushed under a heavy mortgage. The last squire dragged out his existence there, living a horrible life of an aristocratic pauper, but his only son, my stepfather, seeing that he must adapt himself to the new conditions, obtained an advance from a relative, which enabled him to take a medical degree, and went out to Calcutta, where by his professional skill and force of character he established a large practice. In a fit of anger, however, caused by some robberies which had been perpetrated in the house, he beat his native butler to death, and narrowly escaped a capital sentence. As it was, he suggested a long-term imprisonment, and afterwards returned to England with a morose and disappointed man. When Dr. Roylott was in India, he married my mother, Mrs. Stoner, the young widow of Major General Stoner of the Bengal Artillery. My sister Julia and I were twins, and we were only 2 years old at the time of my mother's remarriage. She had a considerable sum of money, not less than £1,000 a year, and this she bequeathed to Dr. Roylott entirely, while we resided with him, with a provision that a certain annual sum should be allowed to each of us, in the event of our marriage. Shortly after our return to England, my mother died. She was killed 8 years ago in a railway accident near Crewe. My Dr. Roylott then abandoned his attempts to establish himself in a practice in London and took us to live with him in the old ancestral house at Stoke Moran. The money which my mother had left us was enough for all our wants, and there seemed to be no obstacle to our happiness. But a terrible change came over our stepfather at this time. Instead of making friends and exchanging visits with our neighbours, who had at first been overjoyed to see a Roylott of Stoke Moran back in the old family seat, he shut himself in his house and seldom came out safe to indulge in ferocious quarrels with whoever might cross his path. Violence of temper approaching to mania has been hereditary in the man of the family, and in my stepfather's case it had, I believe, been intensified by his long residence in the tropics. A series of disgraceful brawls took place, two of which ended in the public court, until at last he became the terror of the village, and the fowls would fly at his approach, for he is a man of immense strength and absolutely uncontrollable in his anger. Last week he hurled the local blacksmith over a parapet into the stream, and was only by paying over all the money which I could gather together that I was able to avert another public exposure. He had no friends at all to save the wandering gypsies, and he would give these vagabonds leave to encamp upon the few acres of bramble-covered land which represent the family estate, and would accept in return the hospitality of their tents, wandering away with them sometimes for weeks on end. He has a passion also for Indian animals, which are sent over to him by a correspondent, and he has at this moment a cheetah and a baboon, which wander freely over his grounds and feared by the villagers almost as much as their master. I think you don't say gypsies anymore, right? This is not really good. Okay. Yeah, well, the book's old, again. This story is longer than I expected it to be. We're reading a small little book together, seemingly. We have like 5 more pages. No, 10 more pages. You can imagine from what I say that my poor sister Julia and I had no great pleasure in our lives. No servant would stay with us for a long time. We did all the work of the house. She was but 30 at the time of her death, yet her hair had already begun to whiten, even as mine has. Your sister's dead then? She died just 2 years ago, and it is of her death that I wish to speak to you. You can understand that the life which I have described, we were little likely to see anyone of our own age and position. We had, however, an aunt, my mother's maiden sister, Miss Honoria Westphale, who lives near Harrow, and we were occasionally allowed to pay a short visit to this lady's house. Julia went there at Christmas 2 years ago, and met there a half-pay major of the Marines, to whom she became engaged. My stepfather learned of this engagement when my sister returned and offered no objection to the marriage. But within a fortnight of a day which had been fixed for the wedding, the terrible event occurred which has deprived me of my only companion. Sherlock Holmes has been leaning back into his chair, with his eyes closed and his head sunk into the cushion, but he half opened his lids now and glanced across to his visitor. "Pray be precise as to the details," said he. I'm always confused with said he, because nowadays I feel like I mostly read he said. Yes, book reading stream, book club. Maybe I should have made pictures for you to read along. Because, like, we are like 2 pages in. Like 1, 2, 3, 3 pages in. We're like halfway through here. But we have to understand the case. Or maybe we'll read a few pages, then puzzle a bit, and then read a few pages more to break it up. Okay. It is easy for me to be so. For every event of that dreadful time is seared into my memory. The manor house is, as I have always said, very old, and only one wing is now inhabited. The bedroom is in this wing. The bedrooms in this wing are on the ground floor, the sitting rooms being in the central block of the building. Of the bedrooms, the first is Dr. Roylott's, the second is my sister's, and the third my own. There is no communication between them, but they all open out into the same corridor. Do I make myself plain? Perfectly so. The windows of the 3 rooms open out upon the lawn. That fatal night Dr. Roylott had gone to his room early, though we knew that he had not retired to rest, for my sister was troubled by the smell of the strong Indian cigars, which it was his custom to smoke. She left her room, therefore, and came into mine, where she sat for some time chatting about her approaching wedding. At 11 o'clock she rose to leave me, but she paused at the door and looked back. "Tell me, Helen," said she, "have you ever heard anyone whistle in the dead of the night?" "Never," said I. "I suppose that you could not possibly whistle yourself in your sleep." "Certainly not. But why?" "Because during the last few nights I've always, about 3 in the morning, heard a loud, clear whistle. I'm a light sleeper, and it has awakened me. I cannot tell where it came from, perhaps from the next room, perhaps from the lawn. I thought that I would ask you whether you had heard it. No, I have not. It must be those wretched gypsies in the plantation. Again, I'm sorry, book is old. Very likely, and yet if it were on the lawn, I wonder that you did not hear it also. But I sleep more heavily than you. Well, it is of no great consequence at any rate. She smiled back at me, closed my door, and a few moments later I heard her key turn in the lock. Indeed, said Holmes. Was your custom always to lock yourselves at night? Yes, always. And why? I think that I mentioned to you that the doctor kept a cheetah and a baboon. We had no feeling of security unless our doors were locked. Quite so. Pray proceed with your statement. Wretched who? Wretched marginal people, which this word is not used for anymore. Traveling people. I think we'll puzzle a little bit and then continue reading. Oh, is it an N word? It's kind of like that, I think. Is it now Sinti and Roma? And back then it was the G word. I'm not sure what's the correct word for it nowadays, to be honest. But I think this word is not used anymore. I think. But I also think that we should take a little break from reading. We'll continue in a bit. But for now, let's open up the puzzle, because I can puzzle it together. I may not be able to solve the mystery without reading it, but I can do a puzzle without having read the whole book. So let's cut this open. Ta-da! a lot of puzzle pieces. So I've calculated, and it is exactly this the size of my box here. So we should be fine in this regard. And I think for now, we will sort the puzzle pieces to side pieces, like with like this clear edge, and not pieces like that, like pieces of the middle. So we'll sort that for now, and then we'll continue reading. Let's put the sort the puzzle pieces. Am I close enough for you to see everything? Let me get a little bit closer. And then we'll sort through them. And then we'll read on in a few minutes. These are for here. Let's break them off. Or maybe not. They seem to fit together anyway. Okay, I will find all of the pieces. There's a corner. Nice. There is another side piece, like edge. It's an edge piece, not side piece, right? Edge pieces. Let's find all the edge pieces. And these are all for here. There's an edge piece. There's another edge piece. Let's find everything, because that makes puzzling a lot easier if you have these sorted. By the way, I don't know how many pieces the puzzle has. I only know the dimensions, but it seems like it's a lot of pieces. It's not a small puzzle. There's an edge piece. Come here. Here. So, what shall we do? Well, let's recapitulate the story while we work on this. Let's work a little bit on it. So, the lady that came in has some kind of problem. Her mother has died 8 years ago, I think. And she was married to this doctor that was also like of not royal, well, kind of like a house. No way, hands? Yes. What's the image gonna be? I'm betting it will be the solution. Yes, exactly. The solution will be in the puzzle. I have to solve the mystery with the puzzle. So that's why we have to puzzle everything here. Yes. Oh, there's an edge piece. Yes, so the sister died 2 years ago, and we are currently learning about the sister's death. And the father has gone kind of mad. And he has exotic animals and is totally aggressive. And there's a whistle during the night. That's what we have right now. And there's also the thing of them not being able to see anyone their age. Like, even if they live with the father in the village, like, he was the one who's mad, but like they weren't able to go outside, seemingly. And they had to do all the housework. Maybe that's because, like, maybe they couldn't go outside because they were busy. Maybe it's like that. There's an edge piece. There is an edge piece. There's another one. The more? Nope. Not yet. I'm not seeing anything yet. There it is. There's another one. Got it. So yeah, and like this, the sister died shortly before she got married, which is also kind of interesting. So maybe it has something to do with her getting married. And my guess is the reason why she came here. What if the father killed his daughter by accident and he is consumed by guilt? Well, the father was already crazy before the daughter died. So, I mean, you're consumed by guilt. I'm not sure. Maybe it was him. Maybe not. I don't know. But they weren't safe with this guy, clearly. But was he the reason she died? I'm not sure. But my prediction for the reason why she came to Sherlock Holmes, because she mentioned she's going to get married soon, and the sister died shortly before she got married. And the sister heard whistles during the night at 3 a.m. So my guess is that the sister that's sitting with Sherlock Holmes now is hearing the whistles during the night, shortly before she's supposed to get married. Let's make it easier and put these pieces into the box so that I cannot lose them that easily. One flew off to the side. I've seen that. You're not getting away. And I have more space. There you go. More space for me. So that's my guess for why she's here. And yeah. That's an edge piece. Let's do another handful and then we'll read another page and find out what's going on with what happened to the sister. There are 2 edge pieces. Oh, there's a corner. Well, let me get the corners here so that we have them already. Let's do this much and then we'll continue reading. There's an edge piece. Edge piece. Edge piece. There's one more. This is also one. These not. This one. This one is. And they are all not. This one is an edge piece. There is an. I see one. I see one. I see one. Come here. This one is not an edge piece. This one is an edge piece. There's one. This one. These can all go in here. These 2 are edge pieces. They are not edge pieces. This one is an edge piece. And they are all good to go. Okay. So we have a little break. I'll drink a little sip of my drink. I have a nice orange drink today. It's cold. Yeah. Okay. Is that Fanta? No, it's not. It's Italian. It's gingerino and lemon soda. So, yes. This is like a nice mix. I've gotten that often when I was a child in Italian restaurants. So when someone went to Italy, I ordered them to get me gingerino and lemon soda so I can mix this drink, and I got it finally. Okay. Okay, the statement about what happened with the sister. I could not sleep that night. A vague feeling of impending misfortune impressed me. My sister and I, you will recollect, were twins, and you know how subtle are the links which bind two souls which are closely allied. It was a wild night. The wind was howling outside, and the rain was beating and splashing against the windows. Suddenly, amidst the hubbub of the gale, there burst forth a wild scream of a terrified woman. I knew that this was my sister's voice. I sprang from my bed, wrapped a shawl around me, and rushed into the corridor. As I opened my door, I seemed to hear a low whistle, such as my sister described, and a few moments later a clanging sound, as if a mass of metal had fallen. I ran down the passage. My sister's door was unlocked and revolved slowly upon its hinges. I stared at it horror-stricken, not knowing what was about to issue from it. By the light of the corridor lamp, I saw my sister appear at the opening, her face blanched with terror, her hands groping for help, her whole figure swaying to and fro, like that of a drunkard. I ran to her and threw my arms around her, but at that moment her knees seemed to give way, and she fell to the ground. She writhed as one who is in terrible pain, and her limbs were dreadfully convulsed. At first I thought that she had not recognized me, but as I bent over her, she suddenly shrieked out in a voice which I shall never forget. "Oh my God, Helen! It was the band! The speckled band!" There was something else which she would fain have said, and she stabbed with her finger into the air in the direction of the doctor's room. But a fresh convulsion seized her and choked her words. I rushed out, calling loudly for my stepfather, and I met him with hastening from his room, in his dressing gown. When he reached my sister's side, she was unconscious, and though he poured brandy down her throat and sent for medical aid from the village, all efforts were in vain, for she slowly sank and died without having recovered her consciousness. Such was the dreadful end of my beloved sister. "One moment," said Holmes. "Are you sure about this whistle and metallic sound? Could you swear to it?" That was what the country coroner asked me at the inquiry. It was my strong impression that I heard it, and yet among the crash and the gale creaking of the old house, I may possibly have been deceived. Was your sister dressed? No, she was in her nightdress. In her right hand was found the charred stump of a match, and in her left a matchbox, showing that she had struck a light and looked about her when the alarm took place. That is important. And what conclusions did the coroner come to? He investigated the case with great care, for Dr. Roylott's conduct had long been notorious in the country, but he was unable to find any satisfactory cause of death. My evidence showed that the door had been fastened upon the inner side, and the windows were blocked by old-fashioned shutters with broad iron bars, which were secured every night. The walls were carefully sounded, and were shown to be quite solid all around. And the flooring was also thoroughly examined, with the same result. The chimney is wide, but is barred up by 4 large staples. It is certain, therefore, that my sister was quite alone when she met her end. Besides, there were no marks of any violence upon her. Wait, let me get a pillow behind my back so that I can lean back. It's more comfortable. I hope you can still hear me clearly. Monday is rich. I just have context that we're on holiday, and also going to Italy from the south of Germany is not that far. It may sound extravagant, but yes, it is kind of the cheapest holiday that I could go to. So, yes, northern Italy from Germany is not that far. How about poison? The doctor examined her for it, but without success. What do you think that this unfortunate lady died of, then? It is my belief that she died of pure fear and nervous shock, though what it was that frightened her I cannot imagine. Were the gypsies in the plantation at the time? Yes, there were nearly always some there. I'll just read it out. And it's the words of the book, not mine. And what did you gather from this allusion to a band and a speckled band? Sometimes I have thought that it was merely a wild talk of delirium. Sometimes that it may have referred to some band of people, perhaps these very gypsies in the plantation. I don't know whether the spotted handkerchiefs, which so many of them wear on their heads, might have suggested the strange adjective which he used. Holmes shook his head like a man who is far from being satisfied. These are very deep waters, said he. Pray go on with your narrative. 2 years have passed since then, and my life has been until lately lonelier than ever. A month ago, however, a dear friend who I have known for many years has done me the honor to ask my hand in marriage. His name is Armitage, Percy Armitage, the second son of Mr. Armitage of Cranewater near Reading. There's a town named Reading? Nice. My stepfather has offered no opposition to the match, and we are to be married in the course of the spring. 2 days ago, some repairs were started in the west wing of the building, and my bedroom wall has been pierced, so that I have to move into the chambers in which my sister died, and to sleep in the very bed in which she slept. Imagine then my thrill of terror when last night, as I lay awake, thinking over her terrible fate, I suddenly heard in the silence of the night the low whistle which had been herald of her own death. I sprang up and lit the lamp, but nothing was to be seen in the room. I was too shaken to go to bed again, however, so I dressed. As soon as it was daylight, I slipped out, got a dog cart at the Crown Inn, which is opposite, and drove to Leatherhead, from whence I come on this morning, with one object of seeing you and asking for your advice. You've done wisely, said my friend. But have you told me all? Yes, all. Miss Roylott, you have not. You're screening your stepfather. What do you mean? For answers, Holmes pushed back the frill of black lace which fringed the hand that lay upon our visitor's knee. 5 little livid spots, the marks of 4 fingers and a thumb, were printed upon the white wrist. You have been cruelly used, said Holmes. The lady colored deeply and covered over her injured wrist. He's a hard man, she said, and perhaps he hardly knows his own strength. Well, we know now what happened to the sister, and I think we do some more sorting, because this is like a good place, I think. There are 8 more pages to go. But there is a puzzle to make as well. So let's grab a handful of puzzle pieces. and assemble them. Or like not assemble, but like, you know, sort them. Because everything has to be in order. So what do you think? The sister died out of fright? Question mark. And there was a whistle sound. And it's like it was that obvious that she now has heard the same sound and was before her getting married. Maybe it is the stepfather who has objections to the marriage, but like says he does not have objections to marriage, and he then killed his daughter because he didn't want to give her to another man. I mean, it plays in the 80s, but still, like, some people might, if he is already described as crazy, then who knows? Maybe he has been crazy over something like that as well. Maybe. I mean, this guy has a cheater as a pet. So, in England, like, not in a country where they just run around, like in England. It's imported from India. Like, that's weird. This dude is not good in his head. So, yes, maybe it was him, and he did something to his daughter to kill her, to not have her getting married. Maybe it was like some complex like that. I think it would be weird if it's like people from the if it would be people from the outside. The question is only, how did he do it? How did he frighten this woman? Did he hide something in her room? What was the whistle sound? Maybe the whistle sound came through the furnace? That would make sense to me. What else could make the whistle sound? Something through the windows? Something outside? I mean, having a low whistle sound outside would be plausible. Like, it could work. Mm-hmm. Any more edge pieces? No. I don't think so. And the next handful. And edge piece, not an edge piece. You go over here. You come here, here. You're an edge piece. Edge piece. Edge piece. Oh, there's another edge piece. Edge piece. Here you go. So, what do you think the father is like? I mean, there are marks on her wrist, so I cannot imagine him being that nice to her. Like, if you're a nice person and like, then someone would be able to say like, hey, that was too much strength. But if you are not a nice person, this person will shut up if you hurt them, because they would be afraid of you hurting them even more. So I think he is not just not aware of his strength, but he doesn't care that he hurts her. I don't think that he would care about her well-being at all. Also, maybe there's some resentment because the mother died already, like, and he has to take care of them. But then why does he not want to? Wait, there was a mention of money being involved when they get married. Oh, money is a motive. Money is a good motive. Or like, it's not a good motive, but like, it's a classic motive. That would be an interesting... That could be it. Maybe. Maybe. More edge pieces? Are there more? Or have I gotten them all? What about here? No. Any more in this batch? I don't think so. Nope. And and like this. There's a corner. And edge piece. Edge piece. I'm getting more edge pieces. I'm getting all of my edge pieces. Let's spread them out a little. Edge piece. You go in here, you go in here, you go in here. All of you can go in here. You guys are gone. Come here, come here, come here. These are not edge pieces. So, bye-bye. What about you guys? There's an edge piece. There's another one. These can go. There's an edge piece. They can go. Why is the money emote there? It is the money emote. Rich and edge pieces? Ah! Come here. There you go. You go to the edge piece pile. These are all cleared. So let's put them away. So let's find all of them. It's not that much anymore. There's one. Got one. I think I got them here. in this batch. Yes, these are all clear. How about this batch? There you can see some. Here's one. Well, some. I saw one. There. And no. There. There we go. Oh, what? Maybe the emote sent like really late because the Monday is Rich was there all the time, and then suddenly the Monday Rich emo popped up like after I looked back up, like way after I read the other thing. So maybe you sent it earlier, but like I was like, huh? This wasn't there before. What have I done now? What have I said now? I think they're clear. There's one. Edge piece. Edge piece. Corner. Please go over here. You can go over there as well. There's an edge piece. There's one. There's one. There's one. There's another one. Here we go. There. I can see it. I can see it. Come here. Another one. And there. Here. This edge. Here you go. Yeah, here's one. And I think, oh no, here is one. This corner should be fine now. I can see another one. Here you go. You come here. Do you sometimes get it when you stare at something for a really long time and then it suddenly looks different? That's what I have with the puzzle pieces right now. Like right now I'm seeing just a bunch of H's. Like the letter H in like a cursive font. Kind of like, or like handwritten font. So it's like, yeah, like this, like letter H, and then the line in the middle is like to the side, way more. It's like because of staring at it for a long time, I'm seeing just H right now. Wee. We're almost done with sorting the puzzle pieces. Edge piece. Edge piece. There we go. Another one. There and here. Here. And here. There. Any more? There. Yes, there's more. There's more. There's more. Here. Are there more? More? Come here. Come to me. I won't hurt you. I will just make you make sense. No, I think I've got them all. I think I don't see any more. Yes. It put all of these pieces away and then we'll read more. Let's see what's going on with the father. And during that time, I have to stretch my legs a little bit. I'm not used to sitting in this position for a long time. Weep. I'm not showing off my feet on stream. I'm not at that point. Okay. And let's have a sip. Monday bag? What's Monday bag? Like big stretch or something like that? What's Monday bag? Oh, bagging? Bagging for feet? My feet are not pretty. I have like, because I'm really tall, I have feet that match my brown. Never mind, lol. What? I have feet that match my height, and so I oftentimes have to, like, it's oftentimes easier to go to the men's section to buy shoes. Because a lot of the time, women's sections end at 42 European size, and I'm like between 42 and 43. So oftentimes I just get a 43, which are easier. So yeah. There was a long silence, during which Holmes leaned his chin upon his hands and stared into the crackling fire. "This is a very deep business," he said at last. "There are 1,000 details which I should desire to know before I decide upon your course of action. Yet we have not a moment to lose. If you were to come to Stoke Moran today, would it be possible for us to see over these rooms without the knowledge of your stepfather? As it happens, he spoke of coming into town today upon some most important business. It is probable that he will be away all day, and that there would be nothing to disturb you. We have a housekeeper now, but she's old and foolish, and I could easily get her out of the way." "Excellent. You are not averse to this trip, Watson?" "By no means." "Then we shall both come. What are you going to do yourself?" Yep. Yep. I have one or two things which I would wish to do now that I'm in town, but I shall return by the 12 o'clock train, so as to be there in time for your coming. And you may expect us early in the afternoon. I have myself some small business matters to attend to. Will you not wait and breakfast? No, I must go. My heart is lightened already since I have confided my trouble to you. I shall look forward to seeing you again this afternoon. She dropped her thick black veil over her face and glided from the room. And what do you think of it all, Watson? Asked Sherlock Holmes, leaning back into his chair. It seems to me to be most dark and sinister business. Wait. No, we've read that from that part. I thought that would be more about the stepfather, but seemingly not. It seems to me to be a most dark and sinister business, dark enough and sinister enough. Yet if the lady is correct in saying that the flooring and walls are sound, and the door, window, and chimney are impassable, then her sister must have been undoubtedly alone when she met her mysterious end. What becomes then of these nocturnal whistles, and what of the very peculiar words of the dying woman? I cannot think. When you combine the ideas of a whistle at night, the presence of a band of gypsies who are on intimate terms with this old doctor, and the fact that we have every reason to believe that the doctor has an interest in preventing his stepdaughter's marriage, the dying allusion to a band, and finally, the fact that Miss Helen Stoner heard a metallic clang which might have been caused by one of those metal bars that secured the shutters falling back into its place. I think that there is a good ground to think that the mystery may be cleared along those lines. But what then did the gypsies do? I cannot imagine. I see many objections to any such theory. And so did I. It is precisely for that reason that we are going to Stoke Moor this day. I want to see whether the objections are fatal, or if they may be explained away. But what in the name of the devil? Okay. The ejaculation has been drawn from my companion by the fact that our door had been suddenly dashed open and that a huge man had framed himself in the aperture. I did not know that this word can be used in this way. Okay. The ejaculation, like as this phrase, this outburst. I did not know that it would be possible to use it this way. His costume was a peculiar mixture of the professional and agricultural, having a black top hat, a long frock coat, and a pair of high gaiters, with a hunting crop swinging in his hand. So tall was he that his hat actually brushed the crossbar of the doorway, and his breath seemed to spawn it across from side to side. A large face seared with 1,000 wrinkles, burned yellow with the sun, and marked with every evil passion, was turned from one to the other of us, while his deep-set, bile-shut eyes and his high, thin, fleshless nose gave to the other of us, while his gave to him somewhat of a resemblance to a fierce old bird of prey. Which of you is Holmes? Asked the apparition. My name, sir. But you have the advantage of me, said my What? My name, sir. But you have the advantage of me, said my companion quietly. This is in one phrase. It does not make sense. I'm Dr. Grimsby Roylott of Stoke Moor. Indeed, doctor, said Holmes blandly. Pray take a seat. I will do nothing of the kind. My stepdaughter has been here. I've traced her. What has she been saying to you? It's a little cold for the time of the year, said Holmes. What has she been saying to you? Screamed the old man. Oh, what has she been saying to you? Screamed the old man furiously. But I have heard that the crocuses promise well, continued my companion imperturbably. "Ha! You put me off, do you?" said our new visitor, taking a step forward, shaking his hunting crop. "I know you, scoundrel. I've heard of you before. You're Holmes, the meddler." My friend smiled. "Holmes, the busybody." His smile broadened. "Holmes, the Scotland Yard Jack in office." Holmes chuckled heartily. "Your conversation is most entertaining," said he. "When you go out, close the door, for there is a decided draught." "I will go when I have said my say. Don't you dare meddle with my affairs. I know that Miss Stoner has been here. I traced her. I'm a dangerous man to fall fool of. See here." He stepped swiftly forward, seized the poker, and bent it into a curve with his huge brown hands. "See that you keep yourself out of my grip," he snarled, and hurling the twist poker into the fireplace, he strode out of the room. "He seems a very admirable person," said Holmes, laughing. "I'm not quite so bulky, but if he had remained, I might have shown him that my grip was not much more feeble than his own." As he spoke, he picked up the steel poker and, with a sudden effort, straightened it out again. "Fancy his having the insolence to confound me with the official detective force. This incident gives zest to our investigation, however, and I trust that our little friend will not suffer from her imprudence in allowing this brute to trace her. And now, Watson, we shall order breakfast, and afterwards we shall walk down to Doctor's Commons, where I hope to get some data which may help us with this matter." It was nearly 1 o'clock when Sherlock Holmes returned from his excursion. He held in his hand a sheet of blue paper scrawled over with notes and figures. "I've seen the will of the deceased wife," said he. "To determine the exact meaning, I have been obliged to work out the precise prices of the investments with which it is concerned. The total income, which at the time of the wife's death was a little short of £1,100, is now, through the fall in agricultural prices, not more than £750. Each daughter can claim an income of £250 in case of marriage. It is evident, therefore, that if both girls had married, this beauty would have had a mere pittance, while even one of them would cripple him to a very serious extent. My morning's work has not been wasted, since it has been proved that he has the strongest motive for standing in the way of anything of the sort. And now, Watson, this is too serious for dawdling, especially as the old man is aware that we are interesting ourselves in his affairs. So if you are ready, we shall call a cab and drive to Waterloo. I should be very much obliged if you would slip your revolver into your pocket. An alley number 2 is an excellent argument with a gentleman who can twist seal pokers into knots. That and a toothbrush are, I think, all that we need." At Waterloo, we were fortunate in catching a train for Leatherhead, where we hired a trap at the station inn and drove to 4 or 5 miles through the lovely Surrey lanes. It was a perfect day with a bright sun and few fleecy clouds in the heavens. The tree and wayside hedges were just throwing out their first green shoots, and the air was full of the pleasant smell of moist earth. To me, at least, there was a strange contrast between the sweet promise of the spring and the sinister quest upon which we were engaged. My companion sat in front of the trap, his arms folded, his head pulled down over his eyes, and his chin sunk upon his breast, buried in the deepest thought. Suddenly, however, he started, tapped me on the shoulder, and pointed over the meadows. "Look there," said he. A heavily timbered park stretched up in a gentle slope, thickening into a grove at the highest point. From amid the branches there jutted out the grey gables and high roof tree of a very old mansion. "Stroke Moran? Yes, sir. That be the house of Dr. Grimsby Roylott," remarked the driver. "There is some building going on there," said Holmes. "That is where we are going." "There is the village," said the driver, pointing to a cluster of roofs. some distance to the left. But if you want to get to the house, you'll find it shorter to get over the stile, and so by the footpath over the field. There it is, where the lady is walking. And the lady, I fancy, is Miss Stoner, observed Holmes, shading his eyes. Yes, I think we had better do as you suggest. Yeah, let's read the next part as well. We got off, paid our fare, and the trap rattled back on its way to Leatherhead. I thought it as well, said Holmes, as we climbed the stile, that this fellow should think we had come here as architects, or on some definite business. It may stop his gossip. Good afternoon, Mrs. Stoner. You say that we have been as good as our word. Our client of the morning had hurried forward to meet us with a face which spoke her joy. I have been waiting so eagerly for you, she cried, shaking hands with us warmly. All has turned out splendidly. Dr. Roylott has gone to town, and it is unlikely that he will be back before the evening. We have had the pleasure of making the doctor's acquaintance, said Holmes, and in a few ways he sketched out what had occurred. Miss Stoner turned white to the lips as she listened. Good heavens, she cried. He has followed me, then? So it appears. He's so cunning that I never know when I'm safe from him. What will he say when he returns? He must guard himself, for he may find there is someone more cunning than himself upon his track. You must lock yourself up from him tonight. If he is violent, we shall take you away to your aunt's Harrow. Now we must make the best use of our time, so kindly take us at once to the rooms which we are to examine. Yep. Well, let's do... Only British use that word. I'm British and would never use it like that, to be honest. That's good to know. It's probably because, like I said, the stuff is from 20 years ago. So, yes. Let's now try and puzzle a little bit, huh? How many pages have we left? We're on page 50 from 55. So, I mean, we started not at page 1 because, like, there's French and German before the English version, but it's still, like, it's only 4 or 5 pages left. Like, we are at the bottom of that page. Okay, the 4 corner pieces are all brown. Nice. I would guess, though, that these are for here, 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 and here. That would be my guess. Well, no, wait. Interesting. It's not as easy as I thought. But well, let's start with them like this and see where it brings us. So let's see if we can figure out some... No! I lost the corner piece. There it is. Well, let's put the corner pieces to the side to have them safe. Let's turn them all around to the picture side up and see if there are any things that I have are like in common, like colors. For example, there's something white, there's like some golden stuff. There's a flowery piece. Like, let's turn them over and sort them into groups. There's leopard stuff. There's more leopard stuff. These will go together. More leopard. Or cheetah. Doesn't cheetah have this a similar pattern? Cheetah. There's rattan. I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly, but it looks like a chair, like woven chair. Cheetah. Cheetah. Flowers. Cheetah print. They are flowers. These could be flowers as well. I'm not too sure about it though. There's leopard print on it. There are definitely flowers. These, like, it looks like they are embroidered or like like it's a fabric with not a print, but like stitches. I'm not sure what it's called. There's rattan again. More rattan. And ropes. Should I do with ropes? These seem to go here. Wow. I shouldn't touch the mic with my hair. I'm not sure how much of a sound this makes. Oh, there's another interesting thing here. These look like a tree trunk or something. Like but they don't fit together. So, well, they do fit together. The other way around. Put two pieces of the puzzle together. First two pieces I put together. There's more. No, wait, is it more of this thing? I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. No. Ah, it fell apart. The puzzle fell apart. Let's turn them all around. There's rattan on it. More rattan. And these are here. Okay, now they are all turned. And they're all turned over. So I want to take a look at the chair pieces first. Oh, there's another one of this thing. Yes. So let's make a little bit of space here to puzzle. To solve the puzzle. Well, for now we should be working in straight lines only, so it should be fine. This. Nope. This here, and this here. I'm sorry that I work away from you, but I did not find a different way to put everything up. So let me just, like, there's like this chair material, and like there are metal pieces that are bent to make it like a chair that makes sense. Like for like the arm pieces. This could fit. No, it cannot fit together like this. They have to fit at the edge somehow. These fit together, so it's like a circle thing. Can they fit together? Yes, they fit together. They fit together. Does this fit here? Yes. This does not fit here. No, this would be forced. No. Do these fit together? Yes, these two fit together. And this one fits here. And this fits here. Now, can I connect these pieces? And yay! First string. I need to switch up something with the light, because like it's, from my perspective, all of these pieces, they are not black from my perspective, but I cannot see anything on them. Or I have to put it on my lap and come even closer to you, which would be more dangerous, but I guess that's what we have to do. Come here. No, 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 you're not getting this. You're not getting this. I'll come closer to you carefully. Is this working? It's not working. Well, then you'll have to live with partial view for now. Well, I mean, I guess you can see better in a way because it's closer. Is this okay? It will be more wobbly because it's on my lap, but you can see better. And I can see better. Oh, there's another one that might fit here. Okay, let's put this string over here first. And then let's turn to this leopard print thingy, I think. Oh, there's another one with leopard print. Let's get all of these. To me. These two should fit together as well. And then it's the question if they fit with these or not. I think they would fit together. Yes. This seems like a log or something. let's look at the leopard or cheetah print stuff here. So there's like big cheetah print and small cheetah print. Big cheetah print should fit together like this. And then maybe, oh no, this does not fit. Just seems to fit. This fits. And then there's some cheetah print missing. Maybe this one? Is this cheetah print? It looks like it could be. Or this is like a carpet. Like there are pieces that look like a little bit like carpet. This corner looks like a carpet too, so maybe there is a carpet in the room. This also looks a little bit like carpet. Huh. Let's look at smaller pieces. Do they fit together with something? These two could fit together. Then these here could fit somewhere near each other, as they both have this orange thing. There's this orange thing. And now they fit together. And what about this? Seems to be some kind of bottle or something. These two fit together. Sorry, that's my stomach. Digesting. They don't fit completely together. But it's like small pieces. I will find more pieces for you. Now, where should we turn our attention to next? Maybe this here. These seem... Oh, there's leopard print on one of these pieces, so they could connect to a leopard print thing. And they easily connect. It's small leopard print or like medium leopard print. Maybe it's like this piece. Yes. These pieces fit together. Here, you can see them here a little bit. It will be clearer if the picture gets better, bigger. Let's take the white pieces here. Maybe they will somehow connect a little. Like all the lighter colored pieces. Some of them will most definitely connect with each other. Do I have all of them? No. This and this piece. I want to have the gray pieces as well. Yes. Here. Okay. I think this is on the ceiling or something. And I see screws really closely, so that's interesting. Like maybe we will see some stuff hanging on the roof or something like that. I could imagine. This piece? Yes. No, this is not here. What could be here? No. This fits here, the first roll of something. Then this, then that. Ooh, okay, I can see a little bit of a picture. And now this. Okay, this is the first one. These fit together well. And I think the other ones could be a different thing. There you go. Oh, you cannot see it here because of the chat. Give me a second. Here. There you can see the two screws here. A little bit. It's fine. Nice. Good to know that you can see just fine. How do these pieces fit together? These two have gray here. No. Just one colored pieces are unfair. They go in this direction? Okay. And this is here. Now, do these two pieces connect? Seemingly not. So we have 3 strings now. What? Let's get this stuff here. Maybe these will fit together. There's like some design on here that I cannot make sense of yet. I mean, I can see that there's a flower and there's like a rim of something. Maybe it's a maybe it's something like plate, like a decorated plate, but they do not fit together yet. There's something more. This fits here, and then I can put the rim thing here. Or a brooch. Brooch? Something like that. It's really sharp. How do I put this in? Is this here? Yes. These fit together. Does this complete it? Yes. No! No! Stay together. Stay together. Nice. More chains. Oh, you can see my hoodie now. Then let's continue with what I assume to be a carpet. All of those pieces seem like carpet to me. Carpet, carpet, carpet. This is a little bit of carpet. Okay. Oh, wait. There's like a rope thingy. This feels like it could belong to this construction here. But no. There's also like, there's a green and a yellow. Maybe it's yarn, not rope. Oh. Here? Come on. Yes. Okay, that's yarn. Is there more yarn somewhere? I'm not sure. Let's put the carpet together. There's a flower. The flower is easy. Oh, I know this pattern. This pattern is here. Ooh, okay, so the carpet connects to this piece. Somehow. So I would assume that this is the bottom row. Or the top row. Maybe it's not a carpet. Maybe it's not a carpet at all. Maybe it's some floor, some thing for the, what do you say? Upper. Ceiling! Ceiling. Something on the ceiling. My brain is not braining sometimes. But what should I put in here? What would fit here color-wise? Maybe this? Yes, this fits in here. These have blues here. Do these fit together? They do fit together. There's more blue in here. Yes. That's good. These two, no, not this way. Not this way either. This pattern. No. This does not fit here. Huh. I would have thought this fit here. Can I connect the corner to something? Is the corner here? No. Ooh. Where could it be? Where could more stuff be? Maybe there are more pieces to this part. There is one. Now this fits. Now this fits together. This does not fit yet. There's blue. Blue belongs here. Then what else is there? No, not yet. Seems the time's not ripe yet for these pieces. edge corner piece here. And I just put them together here, but they do not seem to fit together just yet. Let's see, here's some glassware that I could fit together somehow, I'm sure. It looks like glass, at least. There should be one more piece with it. I don't see it though. Nope, don't see it. Let's take all the ones with wooden texture now. Maybe I will get those together. So there's is wooden texture on it as well. So I will maybe I can piece them together somehow. What's this? This is blackness. More wood. And there's also a wooden corner, and also here is a little bit of wood. So they might not fit all together, but it's worth trying. Nope. This does not fit. So for this piece, I got something for the corner piece. Nice. I want to get the more diagonally going ones. Like this. And this. Nice. Okay, but these are all the really diagonally going ones. Maybe this is also wood. No. It's going the wrong direction. And there's black after it. Let's see if the other pieces fit together somehow. These two fit together. No. Does this fit together with that piece? No. This does not fit here. And here. There it fits. But I'm missing some parts of this part. Some parts of where this is supposed to go. Nope. Nope. Is this connecting to here? No. Or here? These connect. Okay. I think at this point I have more pieces together than apart. So this is looking good. What else? There's like light brown stuff that I could piece together. No, they don't fit this way. They fit this way. But somewhere has to have this light brown color here. These have the light brown color. And like there seems to be like metal, but I don't think this fits here. Does this? There's a corner. Got one. Well, one more. I've already got this one connected. So we have this corner and this corner. There's like some light brown going on. Where could this fit? Here are also like colors similar. I don't know. No, this is the wrong direction. These have similar texture. Well, this is like also wood. Maybe here? No. It's too far spaced. But these two could fit together. No. This way? Also no. But they should be somewhere close to each other. Wait, this looks like a carpet piece. No. Where do these connect? No, these two don't. No, this does not make sense. Give me a second, I need to look at them better. Okay. I'm going to assume that this, I will build it from like my perspective, because that's easier for my brain for now, and then I'll turn it. This seems to be the corner down here, because it feels like a chair. Well, it could be like this. Wait. Could it also be this way? No, I feel like it would make most sense here. Right? So. Okay. Now, the question is this, well, it should be at the bottom, right? Because this is close. And there, maybe this thing is somewhere more above. Like there's carpet here. That's what I'm Maybe it's like a trap door or something. Do they connect? No. But there definitely is carpet on here. These do not connect either. But maybe one of these pieces will... No, this is not dark enough. Needs something with more black in it. Oh no, we have already checked these. Oh no. Here? No. Oh. The corner piece. So we're going up here. We're going up. I guess that makes sense. No. This one would fit. No. No, it does not. I thought it would fit, but it didn't. Where is that piece? The piece would connect it. Is there any piece these that would fit together? This? That could fit. No. No. Nope. Okay, but we have found a corner. I guess that is already progress in itself. I'm still not sure about if this corner is supposed to be here. Well, we're gonna find out sooner or later. There has to be a piece that's like light brown and has to have an opening into it. Where is it? I don't know. I don't know. But there are lines. Can I make something with that? This looks like wool. But it's different in how sharp this looks. These should be at the bottom because they look really sharp. There's one more thing that I noticed, is that there's wooden texture on them, and it's really fine. And I think I saw a piece that looked like that before. Yes. Here. Does this fit? No. But it looks really similar. So this should be near a corner. And there is a corner that has a piece like that attached to it. And there's leopard print. So maybe they are connected somehow. Like a leopard print chair or something. Yes, so this connects here. And does this connect? No. There is still something missing. There's more leopard print. But they do not connect yet. Well, maybe they do. Here. They do. Okay. And there's more. But they don't connect. Not yet. They will. I will find the piece that will connect them. At some point. There has to be one. Or it's just that I have missed some pieces with my sorting through them and finding the edge pieces. Maybe I do have missed some. Does this connect here? Not really. Not really. This is harder than I thought it would be. These look similar, but they don't fit together. Do you know who Neurosummer is, the AI VTuber? Yes, I do. I do know Neurosummer. Would you ever watch an AI VTuber streamer? Like, I've watched some Neurosummer clips with him, with Neurosummer and Vidal, and also sometimes I think Annie was her name. And with them three, it was really entertaining. But like watching like the AI streaming engine talk to a human is interesting. Watching just purely AI is boring. In my opinion. I can now reach here. I can put my drink to you. Don't drink it out. It's my drink. Don't drink it all. You can have a sip. Take a sip, take a sip. It's really hard to watch the chat and puzzle at the same time. I'm really sorry. Don't they connect? They do. Why didn't I connect them? They do, don't they? Yes, they do. Hello. Pieces of the puzzle that fit together. I like you. I like you a whole lot. Yeah, I have this sinking suspicion that I have not found all the edge pieces. Oh, stay in there. Stay in the box. I think for the next time, I don't think I will manage to finish this puzzle of Slurp. Yes, Slurp. Today. There's an edge piece. I don't think I will finish this off, so for the next time I will have to figure out a better way to position everything. Maybe actually how to put it on a table or something where it fits. I need to figure it out somewhere that I can puzzle better. Should we haven't read the finished reading the story. Should we read the story further so that we at least finish the story reading part today? And just recapitulate the next time we continue puzzling. No edge piece. I think we should at least continue with the story a little bit. Let's read a little more. Now that I'm closer to you, maybe you can see how tiny everything is. Where was I? There. The building was of grey lichen blotted stone with a high central portion and two curved wings, like the claws of a crab, thrown out on each side. In one of these wings, the windows were broken and blocked with wooden boards, while the roof was partly caved in, a picture of ruin. The central portion was a little better in repair, but the right-hand block was comparatively modern, and the blinds in the windows, with the blue smoke curling up from the chimneys, showed that this was where the family resided. Some scaffolding had been erected against the earth end wall, and the stonework had been broken into. But there were no signs of any workmen at the moment of our visit. Holmes walked slowly up and down the ill-trimmed lawn and examined with deep attention the outsides of the windows. This, I take it, belongs to the room in which you used to sleep, the center of our sisters. The center one to your sisters and the one next to the main building to Dr. Roylott's chamber? Exactly so, but now I'm sleeping in the middle one. Pending the alterations, as I understand. By the way, there does not seem to be any very pressing need for repairs at that end wall. There were none. I believe that it was an excuse to move me from my room. Ah, that is suggestive. Now, on the other side of this narrow wing runs the corridor from which these three rooms open. There are windows in it, of course. Yes, but very small ones, too narrow for anyone to pass through. As you both locked your rooms at night, your rooms were unapproachable from that side. Now would you have the kindness to go into your room and bar your shutters? Miss Stoner did so, and Holmes, after careful examination through the open window, endeavored in every way to force the shutter open, but without success. There was no slit through which a knife could be passed to raise the bar. Then with his lens he tested the hinges, but they were of solid iron, built firmly into the massive masonry. "Huh," he said, scratching his chin in some perplexity. "My theory certainly presents some difficulties. No one could pass these shutters if they were bolted. Well, we shall see if the inside throws any light upon the matter." A small slide door led into a whitewashed corridor from which the three bedrooms opened. Holmes refused to examine the third chamber, so he passed at once to the second, that in which Miss Stoner was now sleeping, and in which her sister had met her fate. In was a homely little room, with a low ceiling and a gaping fireplace, after the fashion of old country houses. A brown chest of drawers stood in a corner, narrow white counter paned bed in another, and a dressing table on the left side of the windows. Excuse me. These articles were with two small wickerwork chairs. Wickerwork is the name for it. Made up all the furniture in the room, save for a square of Wilton carpet in the center. The boards round and the paneling of the walls were of brown, worm-eaten oak, so old and discolored that it may have dated from the original building of the house. Holmes drew one of the chairs into a corner and sat silent, while his eyes travelled round and round and up and down, taking in every detail of the apartment. "Where does that bell communicate with?" he asked at last, pointing to a thick bell rope which hung down beside the bed, the tassel actually lying upon the pillow. "It goes to the housekeeper's room. It looks newer than the other things. Yes, it was only put there a couple of years ago." "Your sister asked for it, I suppose?" "No, I never heard of her using it. We used to always get what we wanted for ourselves. Indeed, it seemed unnecessary to put so nice a bell pull there. You will excuse me for a few minutes while I satisfy myself as to this floor." He threw himself down upon his face with his lens in his hand and crawled swiftly backward and forward, examining minutely the cracks between the boards. Then he did the same with the woodwork with which the chamber was panelled. Finally, he walked over to the bed, spent some time in staring at it, and running his eyes up and down the wall. Finally, he took the bell rope in his hand and gave it a brisk tug. "Why, it's a dummy," said he. "Won't it ring?" "No, it's not ever attached to a wire. This is very interesting. You can see now that this is fastened to a hook, just above where the little opening for the ventilator is. How very absurd. I never noticed that before." "Very strange," muttered Holmes, pulling at the rope. "There are one or two very singular points about this room. For example, what a fool a builder must be to open a ventilator into another room, when with the same trouble he might have communicated with the outside air." "That is also quite modern," said the lady. "Then about the same time as the bell rope," remarked Holmes. "Yes, there were several little changes carried out around that time. They seem to have been of a most interesting character, dummy bell ropes and ventilators that do not ventilate. With your permission, Miss Stoner, we shall now carry out our researches into the inner apartment." Dr. Grimesby Rylott's chamber was larger than that of his stepdaughter, but was as plainly furnished. A camp bed, a small wooden shelf full of books, mostly of a technical character, and an armchair beside the bed. A plain wooden chair against the wall, a round table, and an iron safe were the principal things which meet the eye. Holmes walked slowly round and examined each and all of them with the keenest interest. "What's in here?" he asked, tapping the safe. "My stepfather's business papers." "Oh, you must have seen inside then?" "Only once, some years ago. I remember it was full of papers." "There isn't a cat in it, for example?" "No, what a strange idea." "Well, look at this." He took up a saucer of milk, which stood on top of it. "No, we don't keep a cat. But there is a cheetah and a baboon." "Ah, yes, of course. Well, a cheetah is just a big cat, and yet a saucer of milk does not go very far in satisfying its wants, I dare say. There is one point which I should wish to determine." He squatted down in front of the wooden chair and examined the seat of it with the greatest attention. "Thank you. That is quite settled," said he, rising and putting his lens into his pocket. Hello, here's something interesting." The object which caught his eye was a small dog leash hung on the corner of the bed. "Oh, lash. Lash?" The lash, however, was curled upon itself and tied so to make a loop of whipcord. "What do you make of that, Watson?" "It's a common enough lash, but I don't know why it should be tied." "That is not quite so common, is it? Ah me, it's a wicked world, and when a clever man turns his brains to crime, it's the worst of all. I think that I have seen enough now, Miss Stoner, and with your permission we shall walk out upon the lawn." I've never seen my friend's face so grim, or his brow so dark as it was when we turned from the scene of the investigation. We had walked several times up and down the lawn, neither Miss Stoner nor myself liking to break in upon his thought before he roused himself from his reverie. "It is very essential, Miss Stoner," said he, "that you should absolutely follow my advice in every respect." "I shall most certainly do so." "The matter is too serious for any hesitation. Your life may depend on your compliance. I assure you that I am in your hands. In the first place, both my friend and I must spend the night in your room." Both Miss Stoner and I gazed at him in astonishment. "Yes, it must be so. Let me explain. I believe that is the village inn over there?" "Yes, that is the Crown." "Very good. Your windows would be visible from there?" "Certainly." "You must confine yourself to your room, on pretense of a headache, when your stepfather comes back. Then, when you hear him retire for the night, you must open the shutters of your window, undo the hasp, put your lamp there as a signal to us, and then withdraw quietly with everything which you are likely to want into the room which you used to occupy. I have no doubt that in spite of the repairs you could manage there for one night." "Oh, yes, easily." The rest you will leave in our hands." "But what will you do?" "We shall spend the night in your room, and we shall investigate the cause of this noise which has disturbed you." "I believe, Mr. Holmes, that you have already made up your mind," said Miss Stoner, laying her hand upon my companion's sleeve. "Perhaps I have. Then, for pity's sake, tell me what was the cause of my sister's death." "I should prefer to have clear proof before I speak. You can at least tell me whether my own thought is correct, and if she died from some sudden fright." "No, I don't think so. I think that there was probably some more tangible cause. And now, Miss Stoner, we must leave you, for Dr. Roylott returned and saw us in your journey our journey would be in vain. Goodbye, and be brave, for if you will do what I have told you, you may rest assured that we shall soon drive away the dangers that threaten you." Sherlock Holmes and I had no difficulty in engaging a bedroom and sitting room at the Crown Inn. They were on the upper floor, and from our window we could command a view of the Avenue Gate and of the inhabited wing of Stoke Manor House. Stoke Manor House, what a long name. At dusk we saw Dr. Grimsby Roylott drive past, his huge form looming up beside the little figure of the lad who drove him. The boy had some slight difficulty in undoing the heavy iron gates, and we heard the horse roar of the doctor's voice and saw the fury with which he shook his clenched fist at him. The trap drove on, and a few minutes later, we saw a sudden light spring among the trees, and as the lamp was lit in one of the sitting rooms. "Do you know, Watson," said Holmes, as we sat together in the gathering darkness, "I've really some scruples as to taking you tonight. There is a distinct element of danger. Can I be of assistance? Your presence might be invaluable." "Then I shall certainly come. It's very kind of you. You speak of danger. You have evidently seen more in these rooms than was visible to me." "No, but fancy that I may have deduced a little more. I imagine that you saw all that I did." "I saw nothing remarkable save the bell rope, and what purpose could I answer, I confess, is more than I can imagine." "You saw the ventilator too?" "Yes, but I do not think that it is such a very unusual thing to have a small opening between two rooms. It was so small that a rat could hardly pass through. I knew that we should find a ventilator before we ever came to Stoke Moran." "My dear Holmes." "Oh yes, I did. You remember in her statement she said that her sister could smell Dr. Rollett's cigar. Now, of course, that suggested at once that there must be a communication between these rooms. But it could only be a small one, or it would have been remarked upon at the coroner's inquiry. I deduced a ventilator. But what harm can there be in that? Well, there is at least a curious coincidence of dates. The ventilator is made, the cord is hung, and the lady who sleeps in the bed dies. Does not that strike you?" "I cannot as yet see any connection." "Did you observe anything very peculiar about the bed?" "No. It was clamped to the floor. Did you ever see a bed fastened like that before?" "I cannot say that I have." "The lady could not move her bed. It must always be in the same relative position to the ventilator and to the rope, so we may call it, since it was clearly never meant for a bell pull." "Holmes," I cried, I seem to see dimly what you're hinting at. We were only just in time to prevent some subtle and horrible crime." "Subtle enough and horrible enough. When a doctor does go wrong, he's the first of criminals. He has nerve and has knowledge. Palmer and Pritchard were among the heats of their profession. This man strikes even deeper, but I think, Watson, that we shall be able to strike deeper still. But we shall have horrors enough before the night is over. For goodness' sake, let us have a quiet pipe and turn our minds for a few hours to something more cheerful." About 9 o'clock, the light among the trees was extinguished, and all was dark in the direction of Manor House. 2 hours passed slowly away, then suddenly, at the stroke of 11, a single bright light shone out right in front of us. "That's our signal," said Holmes, springing to his feet. "It comes from the middle window." As we passed out, he exchanged a few words with the landlord, explaining that we were going on a late visit to an acquaintance, and that it was possible that we might spend the night there. A moment later we were out on the dark road, a chill wind blowing in our faces, and one yellow light twinkling in front of us through the gloom to guide us on our somber errand. There was little difficulty in entering the grounds, for unrepaired breaches gaped in the old park wall. Making our way through the trees, we reached the lawn, crossed it, and were about to enter through the window when out from a clump of laurel bushes there darted what seemed to be a hideous and distorted child, who threw itself upon the grass with writhing limbs and then ran swiftly across the lawn into the darkness. "My God," I whispered, "did you see it?" Holmes was for the moment as startled as I. He had closed like vice upon his wrist in his agitation. Then he broke into a low laugh. and put his lips to my ear. "It's a nice household," he murmured. "That is the baboon." I had forgotten the strange pets which the doctor affected. There was a cheetah too. Perhaps we might find it upon our shoulders at any moment. I confess that I felt easier in my mind when, after following Holmes' example, I slipped off my shoes, found myself in the bed inside the bedroom. My companion noiselessly closed the shutters, moved the lamp onto the table, and cast his eyes around the room. All was as we had seen it in daytime. Then, creeping up to me and making a trumpet of his hand, he whispered into my ear again so gently that it was all I could do to distinguish the words. "The least sound would be fatal to our plans." I nodded to show that I had heard. "We must sit without light. You would see it through the ventilator." I nodded again. "Do not go asleep. Your very life may depend on it. Have your pistol ready in case we should need it. I will sit on the side of the bed, and you in that chair." I took out my revolver and laid it on the corner of the table. Holmes had brought up a long thin cane and this he placed upon the bed beside him. By it he laid the box of matches and the stump of a candle. Then he turned down the lamp, and we were left in darkness. How shall I ever forget that dreadful vigil? I could not hear a sound, not even the drawing of a breath, and yet I knew that my companion sat open-eyed within a few feet of me, in the same state of nervous tension in which I was myself. The shutters cut off the last ray of light, and we waited in absolute darkness. From outside came the occasional cry of a night bird, and once at our very window a long-drawn cat-like whine, which told us that the cheetah was indeed at liberty. Far away we could hear the deep tones of a parish clock, which boomed out every quarter of an hour. How long they seemed, those quarters! 12 struck, and 1, and 2, and 3, and still we sat waiting silently for whatever might befall. Suddenly there was a momentary gleam of a light up in the direction of the ventilator, which vanished immediately, but it was succeeded by a strong smell of burning oil and heated metal. Someone in the next room had lit a dark lantern. A gentle sound of movement, and then all was silent once more, though the smell grew stronger. For half an hour I sat with straining ears. Then suddenly another sound became audible, a very gentle, soothing sound, like that of a small jet of steam escaping continually from a kettle. Now solve the puzzle and see if you can solve the mystery of a speckled band. We finished reading. Wait, this is not supposed to be here. We finished reading. Now can we finish the frame at least? Let me quickly check once more if I can quickly see any edge pieces that I could have missed. Because I'm pretty sure I've missed some. Even though I didn't go through them systematically. I think I might have missed some. Well, I don't see any. Wait, there, I do see one. There we go. Got one more piece. Okay. Let's try again. To figure out the frame. So this is the new piece. It's rather black. Let me turn this. Wait. How do I turn this safely? You cannot see anything. Eh. Okay. Maybe some fresh perspective will help. Now you can see everything from my former perspective. Because I want to take on the pieces that are left, like not connected to anything, and make more things that make sense. You're getting all the connected pieces again. This looks like it would belong here. And this fits really well. So yes, it might belong here actually. Let's see. There's a lot of darkness here. Does the darkness give me anything more than just darkness? This looks like it's a part of chair. Does this work together? No. There's shadow. Maybe I can put the shadows together. Is there more shadow? These two make sense together. Thank you. Please make more sense. More pieces that could make sense. Please. Please. I want to make sense of you guys. Where? There's this gold thing that does not make sense yet. Nope. This one? Ooh, this fits. Nope. What's below here? Do these two fit together? They fit. Two pieces. Two pieces are better than no pieces. Where is more? How do all of these pieces fit together? Does this? No, this does not connect here. This here? No. Bruh, you missed it? I missed what? What have I missed? Like something... like a puzzle piece that fits somewhere? Not telling you? Aww. Okay. The next time we puzzle, I will do it differently. Being on the bed is not good for my back. My back hurts from like sitting in like not good position. Maybe I have like a different option for the next time. Ow. If I don't injure myself, it would be better, right? Maybe I can put it on my, like, put this thing on like as the foot part of a chair, like the like a comfort chair like thing. What? Like if you don't have a couch, like the smaller chair couch thing. Damn, my brain is not working. Damn it. These pieces do not make sense. There is a small line. Does this line go anywhere? Does this line connect to here? No, it does not. Is there any more line? There is more line. Does this line fit with this line? This line fits with this line. That's nice. Thank you, line. Does any other thing connect there? No. Could I put some of these parts together? There should be connections there already. Or like... Something like that. There has to be something that I don't see. Can I put something there? No. Nope. There's leopard print. Like these here should somehow connect, in my opinion. That means I need some wooden stuff that connects these parts. Okay, I need more wooden stuff that connects these parts. Is this more wooden stuff that connects these parts? This is more wooden stuff that connects these parts. Thank you. Thank you, wooden stuff that connects these parts. I've connected you. Now, I think that this is the continuation here. Yes. We are going somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Now, I would guess that this is the corner. Does this fit? It fits! Guys, we got a corner. Another one. And this does not fit. This does not fit yet. This does not fit yet. There is leopard print missing. There is leopard print missing. But does this fit? No. This does not fit as well. This has to be somewhere here, and I'm missing leopard print pieces, I think. This is not leopard print, right? This is, yeah, this is the carpet. Put 2 chairs, armchair. Yes. Well, it doesn't have like something for the arms, but yes. Put 2 chairs beside your bed and put a table on top of those 2 chairs next to your bed. I have a chair next to my bed, but the chair next to my bed is lower than my bed because I have like a box spring bed from IKEA. So yeah, I don't sleep on the floor. But I think like the issue with this is more that the camera has to be higher up than the table. Like I have a perfectly fine dining table where I could puzzle, but I need to have a camera on top of it. Floor stream, let's go. I mean, that was an option before I figured, I might just go to the bed. But a bed is not a good option, it seems. But maybe the next time I have like, I'm sitting on the floor with using my leg rest as a table. That would be an option for the next one. Because, let's be honest, I won't be finishing this tonight. Like, hell nah. We're already 10 minutes before midnight. I'm not finishing this tonight. I cannot finish this in 10 minutes. Because then it's tomorrow, so it won't be tonight anymore. Where is more stuff? I don't see more stuff, and it's frustrating me. Nope. I won't puzzle more while I wouldn't be online. But what I would do between streams is sort through all of the pieces again to see if I've missed any edge pieces. Because that took some time and I don't want to do that on stream again. So I'll just watch some video or stuff while sorting through them again. Just so you know. But next time I might have more pieces laying here. Where is more my connection? I want more connection between the pieces. No. No. Do they? They don't. They do? They do. We've got the corner, like, properly. We've got 3 out of 4 corners connected. Somehow. Now, where are they all supposed to be? I know. Thing is, this piece looks like it should be in here, but it isn't. That's what's a little confusing for me. Like, there is a small pink part, and it looks really similar to the flower here. And I'm confused because, like, these fit together perfectly. All of them. And I don't see, like, this is the only part where I could see them fit, but then I need 2 pieces. Well, they do fit in there. Maybe there's one more piece that needs to go in between there. And I've messed up thinking that they would be connected. Don't see more edge pieces. I'm hoping that I find like that I'm looking at this and then suddenly see an edge piece that was missing, and now I can solve more stuff. But I don't. I keep getting my hopes up, and they come crashing down on me. The reality comes crashing down. Huh. I feel like it's pathetic not being able to at least finish the border of it tonight, but if I'm missing pieces, who knows how many I'm missing? I don't know how many parts this puzzle has, but like I can tell you that there is. Where's the box? Oh, below there. It said somewhere. Was it here? Was it in a book? Oh, it's a 1,000-piece puzzle. There. It's 1,000 pieces with 68 by 49 centimeters. And I've measured the box, and it's exactly like with everything here, that's like 70 centimeters. So I don't feel like we have enough edge piece. If I'm being honest here. I might be wrong, but does this look like enough pieces to finish the box? Well, you cannot really see the dimensions. Like here to here, and that's 2 times, and then from here to over here 2 times. I don't feel like we have all the edge pieces. I don't feel like we can finish this with only the ones that I have on here. I feel like I'm missing quite a lot. But for feeling like I am missing quite a lot, I don't see any. Give up. Just think harder. I mean, I won't give up on it at all, because, like, completely. But I don't think I will finish. Like, I will end stream for tonight. And I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do like a if I figure out a way to put it. But then again, hand stream. I'll try to schedule it for next week so we can finish it next week. If I can guerrilla stream it, I will let you know. But Handcam streams are like more to set up than normal streams, so I'm not sure if I will guerrilla stream it, but other than that, I will do it definitely next week. I will finish this puzzle. I'm not giving up. I'm just going to sleep. It does not really make sense to try and finish this tonight when it's clear that if I want to finish it tonight, it will be like 5 a.m. for me. So yeah. That won't do. So yeah. Yes. I think I'll leave you for tonight. I think I'm going to sleep. You can even watch me turn off the stream, because I need my mouse to do it. And yes, so now it is time to say good night. Bye bye and see you next time. Good night.